Hello and welcome to Debutante Brawl. So this is the Happy Thanksgiving edition. Happy Thanksgiving. It was a good one for me. We had a lot of delicious foods and delightful sides and everything. I made mashed potatoes and crescent rolls and provided the tables and chairs. And place settings and stuff like that. And then my bestie and her sister made turkey and just a million different things, and I ate all of them, and it was delicious, and I am fat now. So it begins. This is where the downward spiral in all the weight I lose all summer long, right off the chart. But it was delicious and it was worth it. What was not worth it was the terrible call I got. I don't want to go into all the details, but a friend of Christy's asked if she could leave her dog here while they went out to dinner. They had some other plans. And I was like, oh yeah. Well, I wasn't quite that. I was like, I mean, you think they're going to be okay? And they'd been together before, but and they'd always gotten along, and like everyone was like, yeah, they're best friends. It's gonna be no problem. It's gonna be easy. Yeah, Daisy bit the hell out of this dog's ear and bit the the lady who the owner. So I got a call from her husband, and I had to leave my Thanksgiving and come back home because I wasn't here. And I think that was the problem. It was like I left a key for them. I should go with my instinct on some of this stuff. Like I didn't think it was a good idea. Like, if you really asked me, I'd be like, who knows what could go wrong, like, without me here, the dogs go into protection mode, and, they get all territorial and shit, and here's this, two strange people and a strange dog. God, that sucked so bad. It kind of ruined my night a little bit. It didn't ruin it, because I still had a good night, and there was awesome people there, and the food was so good, but, man, to have to come home and see the poor dog with, like, a white dog with like a red ear because Daisy bit it and it was bleeding, and to see like, the lady's like puncture mark, in her hand. Like, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for them. Like, it so sucks. But anyways, wait, where are we at? Anyways, but so that's my Thanksgiving. Like I'm trying to like, avoid drama right now because of everything that's going on, because it was Thursday today, of course, Thanksgiving, and I leave Saturday. I leave Saturday morning for Pennsylvania, and then Monday, the 30th, is my surgery. So I did all my shopping this week and everything, and like I've got like all sorts of clothes because I'm getting breast aug. I got some shirts that like, close in the front and tie so that I don't have to put shirts over my head and stuff like that. Because that's what my mom had, has had it, and she told me that I should do that. Got a bunch of loose-fitting skirts because you don't want to wear tight pants, or jeans or anything. And I don't know, I spent way more than I should have because I ended up buying, like, I bought this dress, which was my Thanksgiving dress this year, and I love it, but like, this is one of many, many things. Like, I even bought 2 things in Anthropologie, and I never shop there because they're kind of pricey. I bought some new boots at Steve Madden, which were an amazing deal, by the way. Go find some, like, black leather, studded, shin-high boots for, like, $55 at Steve Madden any other time. They're normally, like, 3 times that. So it was awesome. But anyway, so I spent way too much money, blew that budget. I need to, before I run out of time, I need to focus on something. The last video, I talked about how my dad flipped out. I need to tell you how that resolved. So, I ended up calling to talk to him a few days later, and I got my stepmom instead, and she's awesome. I love her. We had a good conversation, and I don't know what happened in between that and the time that he called me back, but I mean, apparently he wasn't there, he was in New York. I get a call from him while I'm at work that following week or whatever it was, and he's like, hey dude, you know, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, I'm like, you know, like he's got a tone of voice and I'm like scared, you know, nervous of what he's gonna say. And then he goes, so when are you leaving, you know, and like, I'm like, when are you going to Pennsylvania? And I'm like, well, you know, the 28th or whatever, and he's like, can we visit ya? And I was like, man. So basically he, you know, he told me that, you know, he loves me, he loved me as his son, and he will love me as his daughter. And, I mean, you know, to him, he doesn't, I mean, you know, he doesn't get that, you know, sorry Dad, I'm kind of your daughter right now, I'm not going to go into it. But, you know, I mean, for him, that's what he thinks. It's funny, like, everyone sees the GRS stuff as the decisive moment in a transgender person who is, you know, like, who's going to, you know, get the surgery. Like, you know, you have all these steps, excuse me, you go through all this, you know, all this, like, you know, like, stuff in your head, and then you go see psychologists, and you know, then you decide, okay, this is what I have to do, and you tell your friends, and you tell your family, and you, you know, you come out to everyone, and you start living full-time, and you get on hormones, and, you know, like, you understand that the hormones will probably make you infertile, you know, and, you know, and maybe, you know, you will never get an erection again, or whatever, and, you know, all these, like, permanent, you know, things, and, you know, it's just, like, step by step by step, you, like, you know, you have a whole new wardrobe, you start meeting people, and they know you as this, and it's, like, it's so, you know, and then like, the GRS stuff, like, you know, it's, like, all this money, and all, you know, this stuff you have to go through to get there, and, when that finally comes, then everyone's like, wow, so you're really gonna do it, huh? So this is it, you know, like, you sure you're gonna make this big step, you know, and it's like, you know, you do realize this is like the anti-climax of the whole event, right? This is, you know, like, this isn't the climax. The climax is, well, I don't know what the climax is, but I don't know, I just find that so funny that, like, everyone sees this as a thing, when this is, like, the period on the sentence. No period jokes. None. I saw you, there and back. And, it is definitely, I mean, it's a biggie. I'm not gonna, like, say that it's not. And, you know, it's definitely something to think about. You know, I've been thinking nonstop about it ever pretty much since I made the date. Not nonstop, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in your spare moments, you're, like, checking the clock and seeing how much time you have left, and, you know, I don't know. So it's definitely tense. And I mean, like, I mean, for me, actually, right now, I'm more kind of freaked out about packing, you know, for, excuse me. Can you believe this? I mean, I'm more freaked out about packing for a 2-week trip than I am about, like, the actual thing. I'm just like, God, I gotta bring my computer, I got books, I got, you know, all my, what clothes do I need, you know, it's gonna be cold. I don't know. Oh yeah, and I'm getting surgery. Better bring the checks. Well, that's it. That's my video. I don't know if I'll make another one until before then. I'll probably make one in Pennsylvania. Maybe. Look out for it. Anyways, I'll see you around. And, West Side. West Side? I can never cross this.